Hello everyone, this is Ori speaking. This is my first YouTube video in general. I just like to express myself. I'm a very social person, and I'd like to put a YouTube video about the mask policy these days since the pandemic started and coronavirus started. So pretty much I'm going to give you two point of views. I'm going to give you the East Coast point of view and the West Coast point of view. And after I do that, I'm going actually to give you my opinion and just let me know what you think about it, and that's about it. You might not agree with my opinion, or you might agree with my opinion, but that's just an opinion, and you can tell me whatever you think. So I'll tell you about the East Coast. I live in New York, and in my opinion it's a little bit too extreme. However, I understand where it comes from. So here in New York, people who go to restaurants, outdoors, pretty much everywhere you go, you see people with masks. People go to run by themselves, to do outdoor sports, to walk, to enjoy, or they still wear masks. Furthermore, people all over are just wearing masks no matter where you go, and I understand the fear. And pretty much when you walk on the street without a mask, people look at you like some sort of like a weirdo or some sort of like an alien. And I understand where the fear comes from. However, I think it's pretty sad because as human beings, we need the social interaction. It's very, very important for human beings in general. And we saw that in the pandemic, that a lot of people were depressed. There were a lot of problems for people in the houses. And that's why we know that social interaction are very important, and isolation could kill, same as the virus. Anyways, then I went to California, to the West Coast, and when I've been there, it was in the West Coast in general. It was a little bit different in regards to mask policy. So everybody wore masks when we were indoors, like restaurants or stuff like that. But when you go to the beach, or when people go for outdoor reactions or running or whatever, they don't wear masks. They're just actually by themselves. You see the faces, you see everybody, they smile, they're very social, and which was pretty different. I think in their opinion it's more like, we know there is a pandemic, but it's up to you what you want to do, and if you feel you're scared, just stay home, and if you feel you're not scared, don't stay home and but don't tell us what to do. And out of respect, when we're in indoor places, we will wear masks. But when we go to run, we're by ourselves, we will not wear masks, because that's our choice. And I tend to agree with it, and I understand where they come from also. So we have a little bit of not two extremes, but a little bit about New York, which is super, super, super like strict. And sometimes I just walk on the streets and people just turn around because I'm without masks, and it just makes me sad. I understand their fear, but it makes me sad. And they go to a run, they wear a mask, and everywhere they go they wear a mask, and it's really, really sad. In regards to California, for example, I went to restaurants, and I went by myself, and I actually wore a mask because I do respect public places, and I wore a mask. And when I entered the restaurant, the waitress had no mask and the cook had no mask. I was like, wait, why the hell am I wearing a mask when they don't wear a mask, And I took my mask off, and I felt very comfortable with it, and I ordered the food and I tipped them, and I felt awesome about it because I felt that was their choice not to wear a mask, and that was my choice to risk my health and eat their food, but I chose it, and I know the consequences out of it, but that was purely my choice. And then I saw another lady who was very old, 85-year-old lady. She walked on the street, and I was just there, and we had a short conversation. People in the West Coast tend to be very friendly, very social, and they smile at you and say hello, compared to New York, where people just don't even talk to you. Anyways, I saw her, and we had a short conversation, and I asked her why she doesn't have a mask. And she was like, I'm 85. She was like, honey, I'm 85 years old. I'm gonna die anyways. So that's just her. And I was like laughing at it. Not laughing, I was like, well, she's right. So we see the two differences between the East Coast and the West Coast. And now I'll give you my opinion, what I think about it. So first of all, we know there is a virus. We know it exists. And we know it's not as deadly as... It is deadly, but it's not as deadly as... We know we're not in a zombie apocalypse. We already know that. So, but we know it's more deadly than the flu. We already know it's more deadly than the flu based on all the information that I got. They said it's 10 times deadlier than the flu. But we also know it doesn't kill everybody. So a lot of people have had it, healed, and they're good to go. And that's it. So, in my opinion, we should be cautious and we should be cautious. However, in regards to masks, you should wear a mask when you're like in public places and around people you don't know, and that's totally out of social responsibility. However, when you're going to a personal reaction like sports, running, and being with a friend, be it your girlfriend, boyfriend or girlfriend, whatever you have, and just being out there socializing, I don't think you should wear a mask because only when you're like with people that you don't know and in public places you should, out of respect. And that's because I think it's a human need to socialize and interact. And if you if you're really afraid of from the pandemic, up to you. I understand. Just stay home. Don't leave the house. It's totally your right. But don't tell other people what to do, because that's also their right. And as I said, you go to a run by yourself. Just run. Breathe the air. When you're going to a restaurant, wear a mask out of social responsibility. But if you're just by yourself, running, and with friends, with your girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, with people you know, your roommates, your co-workers, whatever, just don't, in my opinion, you should not wear a mask because you feel comfortable with them. And also because, you know, it's just like human need to socialize with each other and to be with each other. And that's really sad that it's out there. And right now we know that human interactions are essential. So that's about it. As I said, some people might not agree, some people might agree, and that's totally understandable. And I hope you enjoyed the video. I like covering topics that are out there in the world right now, and I've been consuming content on YouTube lately, and I'd like to share some content also. So I hope you enjoyed, and have a great rest of your day, and take care. Bye bye.